The Thar is a bit of a special vehicle to most of us, for me more than most. So when I got a call from Mahindra saying, would I like to help deliver one to a special customer, I was sort of intrigued, but then I said yes. But I have no clue who it is, none.
It's me.
Oh,
How are you?
oh, I'm good, I'm good.
You like it? You like what you're seeing below
I
the hood?
do.
Let's see. What are you seeing? What are you looking at?
Should we take the covers off?
Yeah, let's do that. Wow.
Nice. Congratulations, man.
Thanks, Cyrus. Thanks. Thank you so much.
Customization wise, I think you've got some really cool bits on the car. Don, you want to like take us through the car? You know what? You should do like what we do. Do walkarounds and stuff with cars, yeah. You're a proper petrol head, aren't you?
I am, but I'm not in your league, but I can try. So I'll tell you what we've got first, Cyrus, which I actually discovered here, which I love. This is probably one of the best things, or probably the best thing I've seen on the car, the black on black. So it was chrome earlier, and it's kind of become really subtle. And I told Ajay, who's the head of design, I said, boss, make this standard.
Yeah.
Because this looks so cool, guys.
Yep.
You just got to see this. This is so cool.
Nice.
Isn't it?
It is, it is. In fact, I remember actually, I did actually tell Pratap, option it out, maybe give it as an accessory
You
or
told him
something.
that?
Yeah, when the car
Super.
launched at 15th August last year. But listen, apart from like this, what's the, like, we know you as a petrol head, like obviously.
Yeah.
One of the biggest petrol heads in the industry, right?
Yeah.
Tell us your first memory, because that's what's formative, no? What's that one thing that happened to you when you were a kid or whatever, where you knew, hey, I have cars in my life?
You know, I'll tell you, I was 7 or 8 years old, and my cousin brother, guess what his name was? Aflatun. Anyway, Aflatun was a shippy, merchant navy. So, you know, those days, merchant navy guys used to get their foreign bikes down.
Yeah.
Imagine I had a CB 754, like a 6-year-old boy looking at a 750cc motorcycle in those days. What must I have done to me?
Oh,
Yeah. So I went,
is that the one with the four different
correct.
exhausts? Oh.
Unbelievable. I'm probably, honestly, I would say probably the best sound.
Ah.
Anyway, so I saw that, and that's how I fell in love.
Okay, honest, you'll be honest. How many cars do you currently have?
I've got
Maybe we won't put this on camera, but for me, you have to be honest.
only Porsche, the Porsche can, one, and the Isuzu pickup truck.
Okay. So 3 cars.
No, I thought
The TG gari. Okay. Right, okay. Cool. So Thar. So tell me about the Thar story. Obviously, you've been a fan of it. We've seen you around at like the launches and stuff also.
Yeah, but I've been a fan of it, Cyrus, but there's something I learned about the Thar today, which I think you must tell your audiences, because I was sitting so intrigued, Cyrus. Your dad was the father of the Thar.
Yeah.
He designed the first Thar. Tell me, just give me a...
quickly.
Yeah,
we'll
I
quickly,
really
because
want to
we
know
have told the story. In fact, there's a lovely video which is some hidden pictures and
Yeah.
stuff. But I'll tell you a quick story. He was a proper car person.
Yeah.
Okay? He loved power. He loved horsepower.
Correct.
He was a huge diesel fan because he loved turbos. He loved the diesel torque and all that. He wanted, in his head, okay, and I'm going to say this in Gujarati, so please mind, we'll put a caption. When a Jeep joye motti engines aate. He wanted something that looked old but had modern drivetrain bits on it.
Yeah.
And of course, he wanted 4-wheel drive because he was a lunatic behind the wheel. So basically, he did this secretly. He and a small team did this secretly in Nasik at the R&D center. They took a old MM540, M801 V521, which I now own.
Wow.
And they basically put that 2.5 liter, 2.6 liter originally engine in it.
Yeah.
And then what they did was they tuned it up. So it had a big turbo on it. It had a limited slip diff. It was 145 horsepower.
Just imagine. 145
And what he did was he basically, first management said no, not needed. So he put it outside the factory where Anand Mahindra would come to visit. And then Anand saw the car, he loved it, and he basically greenlit the idea.
This was 2007
or 8, late 7, early 8.
Wow.
But then to sort of convince the public that they needed it.
Yeah.
Okay. what he needed to convince first was the off-road community, right? So there was this off-road challenge called EXAMM, Extreme Off-Roaders Annual Monsoon Mania.
Huh.
And there was another one called Alpha Kilo Challenge. It happened back to back.
Correct.
He took the car there stock,
Yeah.
with factory wheels, steel
Yeah.
wheels, and highway terrain tires. And he blew the pants off every modified Jeep, every modified CJ, every modified Gypsy, every modified
Wow.
Land Cruiser.
Wow.
And people were just shocked.
Yeah.
And that basically greenlit the project. And then,
Wow.
of course, a lot of people wrote in to Anand and Pawan and said, listen, please make the car we wanted. And that's how it was made. That was, of course, the first
You know what I
Thar,
also
second
feel,
generation.
Cyrus? The Thar has got this strange, I wouldn't say underground culture, but it's got this, it's the only vehicle where I feel there's a community.
In fact, I would go to an extent and say this is probably the only car that has like the most hardcore community in the country.
Absolutely.
Like, this is the most hardcore.
Yeah. You know, honest confession, I've gifted Thars to my directors, to my colleagues, to my friends. I've never owned one.
Oh, it's the first?
This is
oh,
my
lovely.
first one, man. This is my
And
first
to
one.
go in on a Roxx, I mean, look, this spec is really nice. It's got the new interiors in it.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, this is the best engine and gearbox combination. So it's automatic,
Correct.
it's diesel,
Yeah.
how it should be, and it's four-wheel drive.
I've got the Cyrus stamp of approval now. So
Best.
now
And it's black.
I'm happy.
And it's black.
This is interesting. Pratap Bose, our dear
Friend.
designer and friend, he said, John, I want to do something really cool and special for you, you know. And he
Oh, too
talks
good,
just
too
like
good.
that. And on the C-pillar, he did a little J, which is, I think it doesn't scream out
Yeah, it's
loud.
really nice.
So it's just kind of morphed into this whole thing. And it's my production
It
house.
also sort of breaks up this part, doesn't
Yeah.
it? This sort of bulk.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
It's not intrusive. It's not kind of shouting that it's my car types, but it's there. I love the 4x4 also. That's been
blacked out.
matted out. Then I've got these appliques on the
these are
taillight,
nice.
and they look really
Yeah,
cool.
this is a proper old school throwback to what people used to do. Because, you know, back in the day, you know, why
Yeah.
they used to do this, no?
Why?
They used to steal the bloody tail lights. So they used to put these grills on it. Yeah.
No, are you
You know
serious?
the front grills on the old Jeeps? That's because they used to steal the the headlights.
Oh my
So they used to
God.
screw them in so that the guy takes a little bit longer. Somebody might see him. He won't take
Oh
it.
God! And I got these appliques done here.
That's also nice, yeah.
Yeah, this, and I don't know whether you've noticed all the alloys, but the ones that I have been
Slightly tinted.
yeah, so it's been dulled down. And so Pratap was kind enough to do this because we wanted to also make sure the Thar stays stock. So you don't
Are you a
want to-
stock person?
Well, I messed around with my pickup truck and with the suspension, everything, and with
Is this going to stay stock? Are you going to put like wheels on this?
I'm gonna keep it stock.
Oh,
I'm gonna
really?
keep it stock. What do you suggest?
So, I mean, I've never kept a car stock in my life.
Then inside, I don't know whether you guys have noticed, but this is the first time that we have the new colors inside. Usually you have the ivory white or whatever
Yeah.
it is called.
Yeah.
But this is the mocha interior.
You know, the first time I actually seen one of these. We've never seen one on a car. Although that was one of the feedbacks we gave them because the first time we drove it off-road, interiors were a mess. We said
Mess.
you have to do like a dark colored interior.
What do you think about this?
I love them.
It's good, no?
I love them. But the
You know?
coolest part is there.
Where?
That
Oh yeah, you gotta see this. This is so
Come in.
cool. This is so cool. This is my favorite part.
You know, they should do this as an option, charge like big money for it.
Charge like crazy money.
Yeah, and let people do it, but people will. People- I would, 100%. We'll
Yeah,
force
people
either
will
of them.
love this.
Yeah. Chassis
will
number
love this.
CY43. Do you get anal about cleanliness? Like,
Oh my God.
Toothbrush?
You know, I can't tell you how many people, Cyrus, can I say this on camera?
Yeah, of course you
My
can.
heart is broken here. Someone has scratched this area here. You see this? I don't know, this won't go off here.
new car.
हाँ?
New car.
ये लोग का आपसे मने कहीं
नहीं, आपकी
बुझू?
गाड़ी रिप्लेस
कर से लोग
हाँ 100%. वहाँ से क्या नहीं करना.
मने खबर नहीं थी. But it looks bad, no?
They'll change the fender. It's fine.
Okay. Sorry.
Actually, this can be painted also.
Okay, let's do this.
Cool. Chalo.
Do you feel people in Bombay don't have any patience or
Zero patience, zero civic sense nowadays. It's getting worse, no? It wasn't this bad, yeah, when police are doing up and stuff.
And you know something I've noticed, something that's very specific to Bombay. So have you seen water go past? And if you put a log of wood, the water goes around the
Yeah.
wood. That's how the traffic works. So you go a little in front, they'll go round.
Yeah.
You go a little in front, they'll go round.
Especially bikers, scooters.
Everybody,
and these
even
and this
cars,
all, yeah.
everybody does it, Cyrus.
But you know what's annoying now is people driving the wrong way everywhere.
But can I tell you one plan I had? Now you tell me whether this makes sense, okay? And I genuinely mean it. all cars that are manufactured, the horn should never operate below the speed of 30.
Or you should pay for the horn. Per horn, you get a subscription model. Number of honks
That's
you want.
also interesting.
Number of honks you want, you pay for it.
Yeah.
Unlocks, and there's a little display on the dashboard. So you unlock 1,000 honks
Yeah.
for 2 seconds each or 1.5 seconds each. Small honks.
Yeah. Where money is concerned, then
Then automatically everybody will become quiet.
Very sensitive.
Whole Bombay city suddenly decibel levels.
But you like my idea also?
100%.
Below 30, you press it and it won't
nothing.
work. Won't work. They'll go mad. They'll go mad.
I'll tell you another example of the idiosyncrasies of Parsis, because my dad, when I was learning, when I was 18, I learned how to drive already, and he said, you should drive Fiats. Because we had Fiats, a lot of Fiats growing up. At one point in time, I had 10 of them. Now I have only 3.
Wow.
Well, officially, I have more, but 3 on the road. So he said, I will give you one car. You have 15,000. Go find one. When you find it, then we'll go and buy it. So I went and I bought some car for some 12,000 bucks. This is 2007-8. From an old auntie in Dadar, in the colony only. And the first thing he did was he cut the wire on the horn. So now you drive. So for like about 6 months, I didn't have a horn.
Wow.
So he said, "Now, why do you need a horn for? We have patience. It's okay. Go around the guy if you have to. No need a horn. Drive it as it is."
I never use a horn.
I do sometimes, but I use the flasher more than the horn.
Yeah, I use the flasher more than the horn.
But people don't understand what the flasher means. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah. That's
from that side.
Is it from? No, it's from that side.
Achha,
But I'll tell you something about my first car.
61 you said?
No, that was a Dukkar Fiat I had when Dad got, where we used to go over puddles and the water used to come from the accelerator car.
Yeah, the little cutout.
And
Those rubber grommets used to melt away and like this just break.
And do you know something, Cyrus? I have taught all my friends how to drive a car.
Yeah?
Yeah. And you know how I've taught them? They're sitting here and I've sat with half bum here, with my half of my body outside, door open, and I've taught them how to drive. Can you imagine?
But back in the day, you could do stuff like this, and now,
yeah.
I mean, it's.
No, now it's difficult.
Yeah,
you can't do stuff like that.
Yeah.
And my first car I got from a gentleman called Farang Farzadi in town. Santosh Sagar Snacks, Irun.
Okay. Full Irun.
Yeah. And he told me also, he's saying, take this car, son, and you see your life will change. Very lucky. And it was lucky.
Yeah?
Yeah. Touch wood. Everything went well, and the only precondition was that if you sell it back to me.
Yeah. But I say that also to a lot of people I sell my cars to. I said, listen, give me first right of refusal.
Yeah.
Because maybe now I don't want the car, maybe 2 years later I might want it back.
Yeah. And I gave it back to him.
Yeah. Do you have any other crazy like car buying stories?
No, you have?
I have.
Huh.
I have a mad one. I went and we found a car. Dad used to live in Nasik, right? The Thar was developed in Nasik.
Correct.
So just take a walk around the area. We found one car in a bungalow, abandoned. So he said, "Jo aayenge ek Fiat che, apne kharidi le hai." So I went and said, "There's nobody who's lived in that house for like 10 years. So I will find." So every day he would walk towards that house. He would ring on one neighbor's door. "Do you know the owner of this house?" So finally one day somebody said, "Yeah, we know the owner." Turned out to be one old lady in Mahim. Got the number, called her.
In Mahim?
In Mahim.
Okay.
So one day called her and said, we want your car. She said, why do you want my car? It's junk. So that's my problem. We want your car. So MH05C29, I remember the number also.
Oh, wow.
But it was a 1969 Fiat. Went there. Actually, no, sorry, 1971 Fiat. So went there and she said, okay, how much will you pay for it? I said, I'll pay you 5,000 rupees. She said, no, I want 6,131 rupees.
Wow.
So I'm very confused. What is this difference of 1,000? I have just done third-party insurance, which was 1,131 rupees yesterday. So please refund me that money. I will give you for 6,131. I said, okay, 6,000. Whole car. A whole full car, which of course didn't run and drive then. So we went there one afternoon. We got it started. We put another carb on it, changed the spark plugs, put some fresh fuel in it, drove it back to Bombay.
Oh, wow.
In one shot, 4 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, but I bought cars so cheap, it's not even funny. Yeah, like 5,000, 7,000 bucks, 10,000.
What's the best car you've had?
Best car I've ever had?
Like, what's a car that's probably been the most emotional one that you've had?
Coming back, the Thar.
The Thar.
Getting the Thar back in the family.
Wow.
I went there. I went there alone.
Did you do an episode on that?
I did. Yeah.
I want to see that. And I want to see. I broke down when I sold my first bike.
Just broke down.
So I get it. And a lot of people don't get this emotion,
Yeah. But okay, tell me, let's talk about, since we have you on the channel, let's talk a little bit about like movies and stuff. Huh? Have you ever seen that PowerDrift video that we've done with the Dhoom theme?
I loved it, yeah.
So that was the start.
I loved it. I was so well done.
Yeah. Wow. The old team, Rohan and the gang. And people still, Varun, who now heads the bike section of PB,
Correct.
people still call him Ali Bhai. So tell me, see, you're a car person, obviously you're a movie star. What is your absolute favorite franchise when it comes to cars and movies?
It's kind of a difficult question because a lot of people may think there's an easy answer to it and it'll be Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
But maybe it's not.
Yeah, for me it isn't.
So
What's yours?
I don't know. I need to be aided here. Then I can. Because I really can't think of. Okay, I'll tell you where I really love cars or crazy vehicles. Mad Max Fury Road.
There is literally a question, no?
I
by the
went
way.
mad.
Okay, I'm just going to ask you that question since you brought it up. If there was a Mad Max Fury Road 2 that came out and they call you and said, listen, we need you there. First of all,
even as a mechanic, I'd go.
Would you want to have the what do you call it, hero or villain, the positive or the negative? Which role? Because the villain roles are more memorable,
I love negative roles.
Yeah.
Hero's boring.
And what car would you take? What car would you make them build for you? Frankenstein monster of what?
I don't know, I mean, but what I saw there was, what were the cars there? I decided
Some old Cadillac on a pedestal.
Mental,
That tanker.
I'd probably, if you really ask me, I'd take a Mustang or something and completely just revamp. I'd want a muscle car. I don't know what a good muscle car is, but I'd probably want something crazy, but not something like a Mustang, but something really high up.
Like a lifted Mustang.
Like a lifted Mustang.
On like some 14-inch tires or something.
Freaking mental, I like torque.
Nice, but I love the fact that you brought it up. Listen, we are both known for our fitness. You for it, me, the exact opposite. Is that also why you like cars that are big and bulky and stuff?
Yeah. I've always liked big and bulky cars. And I don't know why, I've always enjoyed that space. I can't sit in a Hello Miss Daisy. Like anything that's too comfortable.
Right.
Like I can be very honest with you, right?
Yeah,
I can
of
tell
course.
you,
That's the whole point.
Like I would really be uncomfortable in a Rolls Royce.
Okay.
Even if I could have afforded it, I would be really uncomfortable in this gentleman in such a hurry for what? He's got a blue color car. Anyway, I'd be really uncomfortable in a Rolls Royce.
But even what about the Rolls Royce SUV? Even that?
I'm not
too delicate.
Probably a fan of it.
Okay.
First of all, I have a problem with things that are just priced absurdly because honestly, I'm living in a world of disparity, and over that, if you want to scream out loud and tell people that, listen, this is not done, It's not, I understand, even I love cars, but let's be within our limits also, somewhere.
Yeah, in fact, we just posted the reel of you taking delivery of the car. Everybody said, oh, got it for free. You waited for this, didn't you?
So Mahindra and I came together, I think August 15th, when we launched. When was it launched?
14th.
14th of August.
Yeah.
I spoke to Nal Golagunta, and I'm telling you an actual conversation that happened. Nal Golagunta is the head of the four-wheeler division. Decent, fantastic man.
Yeah.
And I had the audacity of telling him, now I realize it was audacity. I said, hey Nal, now since I'm your face, let me get the car first, no?
Yeah.
He's saying, sorry John, you're in line.
Yeah,
Even Anand's in line.
Yeah.
I was like,
and even his car came much later.
Mine came now. How many months? September, October, November, December, Jan, Feb, March. March. 7 months later.
Yeah.
And I kid you not, Cyrus, I paid for my car.
Yeah. As it should be, right?
As it should be. And I paid for every accessory and every part on this car. The one thing is that bug deflector. See that, something's already stuck there. So they just say, I'm not going to keep that. That's going.
But you are super anal about your cars, no?
Oh.
Do you eat in them?
No.
No?
I would not.
That's the only thing I do.
I don't eat in my cars. Number one, because I don't want the food smell in the car. But I disrespect people who smoke in their cars.
That I don't like either.
Because you know what happens? The thing...
It absorbs it, no? And you can't get rid of it. It's impossible.
Can you get rid of it?
No, you can't. I mean, you can. There's ozonized, some ozone treatment or something. But it doesn't work here. I've had cars that I bought which are smoking households and it never goes,
Never goes,
But, so tell me, favorite Bollywood car? You have to say this.
Can I tell you what I don't like? That's easier for me. I don't like songs being sung around cars and motorcycles.
Okay.
I get very offended because...
Have you seen all those Bhojpuri songs on cars?
No, yeah.
Do you know there's a very, very famous, and maybe Mahindra, so you can
You
say
don't
it.
watch Hindi films or you watch Bhojpuri?
No. We watch it because it's a funny thing.
Okay, it's a funny thing.
Right?
Okay.
There is a very funny
Huh.
Bhojpuri song called Baby Bet Bolero Mein for the Mahindra Bolero.
Huh.
And then there's like a song on like other cars, Scorpio, Leke Jaunga or something like that. It's insane, the kind of songs
Huh.
the Bhojpuri sort of world makes on cars.
Wow. I didn't know this. I
Yeah,
didn't
it's
know
mad.
this.
You should.
But
And
I
it's all
know-
memeable.
Yeah. I know there's a very... What's it called? Baby Bat?
Baby Bet Bolero Mein.
Bolero mein.
Yeah, we're gonna put a little clip on it here.
I'm going to see it after
Yeah, it's
this.
insane. It's mad, huh? Wow, I have so many other questions I've completely forgotten. We have to talk about like cars, right?
Yeah, please, yeah.
So,
Talk about. I'm so happy.
Tell me
talking
what's.
about
I
cars.
mean, you said you drive 1
I-
kilometer here and there.
Yeah, and
But are you what sort of a driver are you? Are you like a little more quicker on the road? Are you very passive?
So I'll tell you. This is a very good question you asked. When I had my first sports car, okay, I can't even mention the speed that I went at. It was a 570 bhp,
Yeah.
bloody naturally aspirated V10 engine.
Yeah.
And I stonked it. I just went.
went for it, huh?
I went for it, and I wanted to understand what
Yeah.
torque and brake on. I just hammered it. But now, I've become very cautious.
Yeah.
So if you ask me, I'm a very slow driver.
Right.
But I want to have power under the hood.
Yeah, you want that option of being powerful.
Boss, I want that. I want that. I cannot not have that. So if you ask me, economy, yes, I am conscious. I have got a very middle class brain. But I also want power, bhai.
One, we've got, of course, Dhoom is legendary, right? We all grew up to it or around it.
Yeah.
It sort of brought
Yeah.
in, number of people it brought into the fold as enthusiasts
Yeah.
is untouchable.
Untouchable, yeah.
Why has there never been a car-based franchise in India similarly?
Good question. I think someone must attempt it. I'll tell you one of the reasons why we don't attempt it is because doing a car-based franchise like a Fast and the Furious, for example, is a very expensive affair. It's not easy to make that happen. And today, to get that together, you really need to put a project together with probably 10 of the most saleable actors. Make an Ocean's 11.
Big one.
Like a big one. Then
But
only can you...
But don't you think there's like a market
But there
for it?
was a car-based film, which you and I both didn't see. I think. Tarzan and Drive.
Drive. I've seen Drive.
I've not seen it. How was it?
I've seen Drive.
Okay.
That's a Netflix one, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. I remember
So
the
there are a
name
lot
Drive.
of, I think that's a Netflix. If that's the
So I
correct
did a
one.
film called Race.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Which has everything to do except for cars.
But that has a couple of really cool cars in it. You got that Supra scene and all of that, right? Like a little race scene at the end, if I'm not mistaken.
I didn't
On
wait till
some
the end.
hilly-
I didn't wait till
Okay.
the end.
There was like a hilly. I remember vaguely a
I
hilly
didn't wait till
road.
the end on my own film. Anyway,
So you think there is a market for it? Can you tell
For a
people
car
to, like,
film?
make it?
Oh,
We'll help out.
honestly, there is a freaking mental market for it. Yeah.
There's a market for it, right? At least
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
especially now with like everybody really getting into cars. I think COVID made so many more people come into the fold, right?
Totally. I'm doing a motorcycle racing film now.
Okay.
But I want to do a car film too.
Huh.
And I was actually conceptualizing a car film, but on a heist.
Oh, nice.
And a true story.
Yeah.
Like a
Oh, nice.
brilliant car.
Nice, but with some cool cars, huh?
Very cool cars.
Nice.
But you need great infrastructure also.
Yeah.
Bombay is getting some amount of infrastructure.
Yeah.
But yesterday I went on the coastal road and after 12 it was shut.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, okay.
But that scene in Dhoom, right? You come off that Chowpatty, what do you call it? The Marine Lines flyover.
Yeah.
It's ingrained in
Yeah,
people's
man.
brain, yeah. Because
Yeah.
I mean, of course, that road is now slightly different because of the new road.
Yeah.
Acha, coming back to Fast and the Furious, because obviously everybody, the moment you talk about cars, everybody just
Yeah.
goes there directly.
Yeah.
If you were to be cast in it,
Paul Walker. I mean,
legend, no?
there's no discussion.
No, but if you were to be cast in it, okay, in the last movie, I think they've just finished. Say they made another one, and you were to be cast in. What
Yeah.
car would you want them to cast with you as your hero car?
I mean, if you ask me, the Nissan GTR. I love the GTR.
Did Paul have a?
He had a. What did he have? Did he have?
No. Was it because was the love for the GTR? Did it come through the movie and stuff?
No, I don't, because I haven't really. And Cyrus, you have to educate me on this. I haven't really focused hard. What is? I know. I mean, I shouldn't be. God bless his soul. But when he crashed, it was in a Porsche.
It was a Carrera GT. Yeah.
It was a Carrera. But when he was driving, was he in a Nissan GTR? I don't remember.
Where?
Fast and the Furious.
So the first one he started off with a green Eclipse, then he moved to the orange Supra in the first movie.
Yeah.
Then the second movie he started with the silver and blue R34 GTR.
Correct.
And then he moved to the green Evo.
Yeah.
And then the orange, the blue Yenko Camaro, Chevy Camaro.
Wow,
I'm very
I know.
into that way. But but his obsession with the GTR is unbelievable. I mean, many people are fans. Many people know the car because of the franchise.
So I remember in my GTR the Takumi, the Craftsman. His you have his name on the you know this. His name was Hiroyoshi Ishikawa,
Okay.
and I wanted to go to Japan to meet him.
To meet him?
Yeah.
So you know when Tamura-san, the father of the GTR, came here?
I met Tamura. He came to the office.
You know, he signed a few cars.
Yeah, he signed a thing for
Yeah.
me, and I've got it
Framed in the...
framed in the office.
Oh, insane.
With all the R32, 33, 34.
Lovely. What do you think about Indian car culture today?
I think it's evolving. I think people are getting smarter, very educated about cars, and it's a really cool scene right now. I don't know whether you see it as an auto journalist or someone who knows this, but don't you think there are a lot of people? Thank you.
Thanks!
Don't you think there are a lot more people that are educated about? Sorry. Thank you.
Yes.
Don't you think there are a lot more people that are educated about cars?
Yeah. And as I mentioned, COVID brought so many new enthusiasts.
Yeah.
You know, because people wanted something to do, right? People wanted a hobby.
Right.
And cars were like a natural progression for a lot of people who were like into watches and stuff.
Yeah.
So COVID just blew the market up. I mean, now it's sort of slowing down a little
What
bit.
do you feel? Do you feel the Indian audience has evolved, or do you feel that they've just
Huge.
become richer, so they just want to possess more? There's a difference, you know.
Both.
Cyrus?
No, both.
I feel the material angle is much more than the actual love angle for cars. So I feel it's more of a status thing. Like I'll tell you, I'll give you an example. One of my friends just bought a G-Wagon.
Okay.
And I was like, you got a G-Wagon? Great, man. So you know about the engine? He's like, no, I know nothing. You know?
It's just because it's cool.
Because it's
Because
a
it's a G-Wagon.
statement.
It's a G63. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel a lot of people, but you tell me, you feel...
So I think it's both.
Okay.
A lot of people have progressed into sports cars and supercars because the people around them
Yeah.
and their peers expect you to have one.
Yeah.
That's happening and that's happened. And you do see a lot of armchair enthusiasts that way. But what I've seen and what is really good to know is a lot of very young people are getting into very grassroots cars. So for example,
that's
there are
interesting.
18, 19, 20-year-olds today who are buying old 800s, who are buying old Zens, who are buying Esteems
I
and
didn't know
restoring
this.
them,
This
who are
is
buying
some-
Gypsies and restoring
Wow.
them. And not like modern Gypsies, huh? They are going and finding up 86, 87 early car, narrow body with the old grille, and they want that
Wow,
specifically.
that specific one.
So there is a lot of grassroots level stuff that's happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, on the other side, flip side, people are buying supercars left, right, and center. Like
Yeah, man.
the number of
But I have to tell you this, when I met Rajesh Jejurikar and when I met Nal Golagunta and the entire Mahindra team, I must tell you this because I actually told them that. I said, we as celebrities, you know, we buy these expensive cars and we go for our functions in these expensive cars. I said, I'm so in love with the Thar that this is my primary car. It's
Yeah.
not some security car at the back. This is my primary car and I'm going to drive it with a lot of pride. And I'm not doing a plug-in.
Yeah.
I genuinely, I'm so proud sitting in this car, you know, and I'm so happy being in this, not car, this SUV.
Yeah.
So I'm just very excited.
But you know, I'm lucky to have a lot of great friends with some very, very cool car collections.
Yeah.
And almost all of them have a Thar.
Wow.
Almost all of them have a 3-door or
And
they've upgraded
why is
to
that?
a 5. They just love the usability, they love the way it looks, they love the practicality, they love the fact that it's not a perfect car.
But
It's not,
I need one advice from you. Should I go in for a 3-door as well?
No is never an answer for that. Okay, I think we've done a great loop of Ju and Thar. I think little bit of Thar, and we've come back. Thank you so much. And this is exactly the time
Did
where
you like the way I drove?
Perfect. Like
I didn't blow the horn at all.
Not even once.
Not even once.
By the way, this is the perfect time for John to tell us and tell you all to subscribe to PowerDrift.
All you guys out here, please subscribe to PowerDrift.
We need it.
And you people anyway subscribe to PowerDrift, so you don't have to worry about it. But I'm just happy to be here and have a conversation about cars and SUVs and it's things that we really enjoy in life.
Absolutely.
And we've grown up on this, Cyrus.
And I'm just going to say this, okay, John? And again, no blowing smoke. This has been a proper petrol head conversation, like an honest to God petrol head conversation. And anybody who has any doubts about this being a free car can throw them in the garbage.
Yeah.
Because he's bought it. I saw the paperwork.
Yeah.
He's bought it and he has waited for it.
Yeah.
By the way, I have a friend who's bought one and I have sort of tried to get Mahindra to give me one early. And I've been told point blank, no, sorry. Wait,
no. I was honestly, and again, I was told, no, you're in line. And I waited for mine. August 14th, I asked for my car. And the date today is whatever it is, 7 months later, more than 7 months later, I've got mine. But I think it's a good problem to have for Mahindra, that the demand is so high. So I think it's a great problem to have.
Yeah,
and I hope they keep having these good problems.
I mean, look, we're next to the next big thing, right? The electric stuff. It's
B6.
What a contrast these two are, aren't they?
Yeah, again, I'm being very honest. Pratap, you and I both know Pratap, but I'm not an electric person. But the minute I sat in this, and it did a tailspin when I just stepped on the gas. Did it happen to you?
No, I haven't properly driven it yet.
I drove it. It did a tailspin. I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, it's the quickest Indian car right now.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. But I like the...
You like the way this is?
I like the way this is.
The trueness of this, no? The proper SUV-ness.
It's the proper SUV-ness, and I think I'm going to take you up on that and look at the option of a 3-door as well. Yeah, I've got a pickup now because I put my motorcycles in it. But I'll take a 3-door.
We should, on that note, end.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for giving us the time.
Thank
I mean, it's been a proper hour or something that we've actually spoken.
Yeah, but I think it's good. Yeah,
it just goes by. Talk about cars.
It's nice. It's organic. It's not rehearsed.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not trying to force a conversation. Everything's nice. It's simple.
And many happy miles of motoring in this.
Yeah, but very important. I want to say this on record for Mummy. I want your dhansak.
Done. I'm genuinely going to say.
Seriously, yeah.
Done.
I said on record now.
This week.
I need for like
Tapelu. How many people that we know we'll send it to?
10 people, exactly.
Done.
I took that 10 also.
Done.
Done.
And we'll put some special surprises in it also. Okay, perfect.
Thank you, Cyrus.
See you.